Good day everybody. It is actually May 13th. We're gonna go through not actually today's trade recap. We're gonna go through Monday the 11th. Beautiful trading session. Took a beautiful 4.8 trade. Execution and setup was amazing. Yes, it is 2 days after. I'm still making the video because I really want to go over this nice execution that I had. Even though we were in a sticky range, I was still able to make something nice out of it. So let's get into it. Get into Monday. We can go through exactly what went through in my mind. On the daily time frame, we already took out the previous day high. Being a bullish candle, it is now making everything else less probable. If we want to have more detail on the actual day itself, we'd have to go into the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, we can see the previous 4 or 5 candles have been having a hard time of holding these levels here. Same thing for these levels here. On a day like that, see if we go on the 1 hour, it is pretty clear that we're stuck in this range. In my mind, it is a good idea to be looking for longs in this area or shorts in this area. On that note, we can go through the 50-minute, look a bit at what London and Asian did. Pretty clear that we didn't do nothing really significant. We could see this market maker sell model that happened earlier in the morning where we swept out this accumulation and we distributed lower. But you'll get to see if we go on the actual 1 minute what happened at market open. So market open was pretty sad, to be honest. We just ripped through all our targets over here. So that really bummed me out at first. I was looking for longs at first because we were in that lower area, but then market open didn't give any pullbacks. We just ripped through all the highs. Again, like I said, we've been having a hard time holding these levels over here. So what happens afterwards? Obviously, we shut down. That was actually great. It was maybe giving us a pullback to either long higher or maybe to have a pullback higher to then short, which was the trade we took. Now, you'll get to see that we create this low. We were waiting for the 10 a.m. open right over here, I believe. Right here, great. So 10 a.m. opens up. See how that previous 4 hour candle went up and down again, having a hard time holding those highs. I was already looking with my fib if we were able to hit this order block, which was nicely paired with my level of interest over here. So what happens? We were patient. We waited till we hit that zone. We eventually did. Now for the actual entry itself, we're going to need to look at the footprint chart. So right over here, we can look at the bid and ask with the delta colored footprint candles. I have my big trades indicator here letting me know where big orders are getting placed at. So if we go like this, it's not really clear, but over here we can see a big trade had been placed. Now this was 1021, which is around here, which is right in my area of interest. Now again, what do we see? We're in my area of interest. We're in my pocket where I would like to short, and we hit this order block. We're seeing this massive buy order, and if we look over here, our buy order was from 410 to 408, something along the lines of this level over here, and we are unable to push higher. In my mind, that was clear absorption, so I was able to take a short right over here, putting my stop right at the high and then targeting almost the low. It was at 327 over here, and I believe my stop was a bit higher for a 4.8R, just like that. That was the trade I took. Why I didn't place my take profit lower, I could have, 100% could have. I just like being sure I'm taking profit and not getting edge at those levels, which could have been a possibility. if we run it back. We did rip through. R could have been crazier for sure, but yeah, this is just to secure some profits. Overall, a beautiful trade. It feels good to be doing these trade recaps where I executed my plan correctly. Today, like I said, was Wednesday. Absolutely crashed out this morning, so it feels good to be looking back on these days where I actually traded right. Here's the proof I took the trade, and here's the P&L. Nothing too crazy. High RR trades, lower win rate. You gotta have a nice risk management if you want to be executing like that, so that's why obviously the P&L isn't that big. That was about it for Monday the 11th. Beautiful trading session. See y'all in the next video.